to video 1, gill slits. This video is about falsehoods in the theory of evolution used to advance the theory. Thanks for watching. Let's dig in. Here we see different embryos from different animals and human. First, these are not gill slits. This was hypothesized and rejected by 1860. Ernest Haeckel proposed this idea with fake drawings. The spinal cord grows faster at the 28-week stage. Thus, the tail cord grows longer and causes the head to push forward, developing folds. It's no different than holding your neck down to get the double chin effect. We do not ever breathe water. Secondly, fish and animals are not of the same family or kind. Having gills puts our ancestry to fish and to mammals, something impossible according to science. Here is a picture of what the differences truly are. We do not develop gill slits. We are not similar as the embryo to animals. From start to finish, the human embryo goes directly towards the purpose of building a human. Here we see that whales, like all mammals, evolved from reptiles, amphibians, and fish. The theory does not allow for this to be possible. You cannot outgrow your ancestry. Speciation occurs, and over time a species can speciate beyond the ability to mate with its ancestor. This does not mean it will evolve into a new species, clade, family, or kind. For example, you can't go and get a humanzee, as humans have speciated beyond the ability to procreate with our ancestor, as their theory goes. Working that backwards, how does a fish have the ability to speciate into a mammal? How does a fish speciate into a reptile? They can't now, and that means they couldn't then. You have to ask yourself, if evolution does not attempt to explain or know where the first cell, life, came from, why would you believe the rest of the theory? Scientifically, the theory is limited. If you do not allow for all possibilities because of probabilities, then you have limited discoveries to fit one theory. That's a scientific bias. If you do not allow for creation or intelligent design, which is the supernatural, you can never actually discover anything supernatural, and it's also a projection of the bias. The question of where did that first life come from has only two choices, natural or supernatural. Limiting that choice to the only natural side, because you can't witness the supernatural, is biased and hypocritical. No one witnessed the Big Bang, no one witnessed the first life form. However, we do witness the effects from the Big Bang and from life forming. With observation, both theories are possible. You can clearly see they have a fish below the reptile and below the mammal. So the fish evolved to walk on water and become reptiles. Then those reptiles evolved back into the water to become mammals. Those mammals evolved back into the land and eventually became humans. That brings it back to not being able to grow out of your ancestry. The very first fish then would always and forever be part of the clade and confined to that family, unable to speciate into a completely different species, as you would have to do in order to become a different mammal. We know speciation occurs. We observe that process happen. That experiment is where science discovered one of the limitations of changes in one of the processes of the theory of evolution. You simply can't outgrow your ancestor, as tested on the fruit flies, and that test confirmed. The fly speciated to the point where it was unable to mate with its ancestor, yet it remained a fly. The wolf speciated away to the retriever, but both are canines, both are in the same family, clade or kind. No matter how much speciation occurs in the canine family, all a canine will produce will be a canine. This is also what we observe. This is truly what Darwin observed alone on that island. Speciation and adaptation. Adaptation is also a limited process in the theory of evolution. These finches adapted different beak sizes for different food. In order to fit into smaller tree holes, a beak with a narrower end may be adapted, and this change would be selected. It would not adapt out of its family, as speciation confirms this to be impossible and limits the change adaptation can bring. Mutations bring limited changes and are also limited, and that is another video. We do not have gill slits, not ever in any process of development. This is a falsehood to advance the theory of evolution. The fact is claimed and even accepted that these pharyngeal pouches hurts the theory of evolution due to the limit on speciation. There are other limits not discussed in this video as well. We simply go from one fish to a reptile to a mammal without breaking the limit in the process of speciation. They simply aren't gill slits, and to be able to find so many sites and teachings that this is the case is a falsehood to advance their theory. Just trying to shed some light on some of the lies and myths of the theory of evolution that people believe that advance the theory, unfortunately. Thank you for watching my video. May God bless you. May the Lord keep you as we keep on.